Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions, the panel is ready to answer them, but we have very little time available.
Perhaps you all shortchanged yourselves because, as head of the Peace Secretariat, I used to monitor very carefully possible civilian casualties. And although you mentioned the strategy you adopted, and we know that in 2009, the LTT proved much more effective at using its human shields. But right through the Eastern operation, I believe there was only one instance in which even Tamilnet alleged civilian casualties. And right through 2008, and I must really thank General Das for that description of the slow, steady progress. I found monitoring Tamilnet that even they only alleged 78 civilian casualties. And now that you've given us this description of the detailed operations in 4 different fronts, I mean, that is a fantastic achievement for which I think the Army has to take tremendous credit.
Thank you, sir. Sir.
Thank you very much. I think let me add my compliments to what has already been said for a very fascinating description of how the war was won. I have 2 small questions and 1 larger issue. The smaller questions are with regard to what kind of help specifically the Karuna cadres were able to provide during the Eastern Offensive. Numbers that were available, and were they part of operations, or were they only providing the intelligence, and were they guides? So that's the first question, the assistance provided by the Karuna cadres in the East. My second is how were these, and this relates to the Northern Offensive, how were these task forces created ad lib? Because I think this is a very interesting concept of maintaining the momentum, keeping the speed, and as has come out, expanding force levels, expanding the kinetic energy that you are, kinetic force that you are able to generate. So I'd like a little explanation on that. My last thing, and if you have time and if you have the inclination, because I am a little confused now, because yesterday this question came up about the last battle. And there is a lot of fog about the last battle. Because sitting in Delhi, we read first this version about the leadership trying to break through in a van, and they were shot down. And then they said, no, this is not it. Then the second version came out about what has been explained. Yesterday, David and Rohan while David referred to this question about surrender Rohan said that there was no question of surrender. They were seeking a ceasefire. But if you read the latest WikiLeaks, there is certainly a suggestion that about the white flag, that these people, certain elements wanted to surrender. So if somebody can clarify this, I mean, this is not an inquisition. I just want a clarification on what is, because you are having a white flag trial now going on in court, and these WikiLeaks have confused the situation even further. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Before we answer, let me say a small thing. Sir, last time when we met, I was asking questions from you at NDC. Now you are asking questions from me. The first question will be taken by General Galage. The second will be taken by General Dias, and your final question will be answered by General Shavendra Sindhu.
Well, so with regards to the involvement of Corona fraction, I could clearly say not at operational level. We have not got him in any inputs or assistance from the operational level and the tactical level. He may have been, of course, in use in the higher level, but not at operational or the tactical level. But they have actually extended, they have shown the willingness to get involved, which even at operational level we have discussed. Instead, what we did was we wanted them to place themselves in an area north of, when it came to play after the success in Wakare, after we channelized them into the Batiklo Bowl and Batiklo jungles, only this came to me. Then I got them placed in north of Batiklo on a possible withdrawal route of LTT. That was the only support that we have got, not as support, but we wanted them to based in a place called Trikonamadu, you must be knowing, that area for them to harbor themselves. That's it. Anything more with regards to the same questions? Are you happy?
So may I answer your second question? I take your second question with regards to the expansion of the army and the rapid introduction of formations whilst progress was taking place. Well, the leadership identified the requirement to maintain the momentum and to exploit the success gained. So leadership encouraged the recruitment process. It was a well-planned recruitment process, communicated to the masses through media and propaganda. They also saw and heard the progress that the army was making. And it was not that difficult to create the required formations and units to keep the pace on the field. And the command positions were mainly selected for these new formations from the existing formations. For example, the simple example is here, 5-9 Division Commander was second in command, the deputy GOC to me, under 5-7 Division for four months nearly, if I'm right. And then he was picked, with that experience, he was picked by the leadership to form the 5-9 Division. And certain experienced subunit unit commanders picked from the other formations that were already doing operations. And it was not that difficult to introduce new formations to the field. in order to maintain